I've had a number of odd jobs over the years. I used to work at an animal hospital as a veterinary technician, which is like a nurse but for puppies and kittens. But at the same time, I also worked part-time at Walt Disney World as Goofy. And you're welcome. That means that on one day, I would go into work and I would help save a dog. But then the very next day, I'd go to work and I'd be a dog. Yeah, it's not even really a joke. Just think it's kind of a cute thing. Toward the end of my tenure at Walt Disney World, I started to talk to the kids in my costume, which is very frowned upon. But in my defense, I was bored. I didn't have a lot to do in there. I remember there was this one time, there was this kid, and he's down here, and I was taking a photo with him, and I was like, this, basically, which is kind of the rule. You always had to have your hands outstretched like that, because if you didn't have your hands outstretched, a parent could take that photo and take it to a lawyer, and then the lawyer could go to Disney and be like, can you prove that Goofy's hand is in fact on this kid's back and has not in fact drifted down to Never Never Land? And so they actually had a phrase in training to help us remember. They would say, and remember, keep your hands in the frame, we don't get sued as much. It wasn't catchy, but we remembered. And so I was down there with this kid, and it was like, it's 110 degrees, and I'm bored out of my mind. And so this is what I said to him. I go, hey, I'm Goofy. And I can talk. Like, I didn't use Goofy's voice. It was horrible. It was like a terrible impression, horrible performance. And the kid just looks up at me, and he goes, Mom! Goofy's talking! Like a little snitch, you know? And then his mom just looks at him and goes, sure he is, honey. Goofy can talk. Like, it was the most condescending thing I'd ever seen. But I knew I wasn't gonna get fired, so I was like, all right, let's have a little fun. So I'm down there and I just go, you feel that feeling right now? Of your parents not really understanding you? You're gonna wanna get used to that. A yuck. And then I just squeezed his ass and sent him on his merry way. It was horrible.